Alright, Shalom, call all you how about Shem Shah, Shalom to the elect. Now this video right here, I happen to see a video about spiritual power. It's on the History Channel, so I ain't gonna play it. And basically in this particular video, they're talking about people with superhuman abilities and all this different stuff. And you're gonna have people in these coming days, in these coming times, that we can actually have these abilities. And Esau know it, so they've been trying to get ready with the super soldiers and trying to build up what they're trying to build up with this AI stuff. So I was just sitting thinking, I'm like, let me ask a question, see what this AI chat shit be saying. So I asked the question, is artificial intelligence greater than spiritual power? Now it says, this question rests on fundamental. And see, Esau got this shit programmed so good, man. This shit'll really be on some shit. It'll try to give you a half-assed answer, but listen to what it says. It says this question rests on fundamentally different concepts of reality and power. Now, the reality is Esau know about spiritual power. They tap into spiritual power. They tap into it on the left-hand side, though. So it says, so it cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. AI and spiritual power operate. And see, look, this is how they put the half-assed answers in the shit. They know that spiritual power exists, so they're going to put spiritual power operate in entirely separate domains. So if it's not reality, what domain does it operate in? Now, let me get a preset. I'm going to read some more real quick. Matter of fact, let me go to this right here. Go to the video that I had. I think I had it queued up if I ain't mistaken. Yep, right here at the bottom. So you can go look it up for yourself if you want to check it out. It says people with superpowers, mind-bending abilities. Now, I'm going to go straight to the point with these precepts. Let's see. I'm going to go to the book of Acts. And the book of Acts break it down perfectly. This is why, at the time, they were so pissed off with Paul and Yahushua because of the stuff that they was doing. Now, the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 8, it says, but you should receive power after the Holy Ghost has come upon you, and you should be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and into the uttermost parts of the earth. And I'm going to click on that and go into some more. Esau know this shit exists. They're not putting this on no History Channel or even programming it in the AI shit for it to consider it if it really don't exist like that. So let me read on some more. It says, AI in the material and logical and spiritual power and the transcendent and relation. Therefore, comparing them as if they are competing forces is a category error, which, you're right, it is an error, because AI can't compete with no spiritual power, but Esau think it can, though. Because when stuff flow in the spirit, like the precepts that I think about pulling, going into, I ain't really sit here and think about, okay, am I going to get some extra precepts? Am I going to get a fewer or less or whatever? So everything just flow in the spirit. Artificial intelligence, it talks about what it goes into. It says, the nature of artificial intelligence is a human-made technology that operates through algorithms and data processing. The Most High don't move like that. Stuff move way different. Now, let me see, let me get something real quick. Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4. Let's lock it into this area real quick. Now it says, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I will not have you ignorant. I'm going to read on down. I ain't going to go to verse 4. I'm going to just read on down from verse 1 to 4. It says, you know that you were Gentiles carried away into these dumb idols as even you were led. A lot of people still be worshiping these idols and being to this shit to this day. Now it says, wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of Yahweh call of Yahushua a curse, and that no man can say that Yahushua is Lord but by the Holy Ghost. And you gotta have the sword on you to actually really understand these precepts and fully comprehend them. A lot of people don't want to understand them because it contradicts and it speaks against their belief system, what they've been programmed to believe in. And this word will break all that down and show like, damn, we've been misled, we've been misguided. Let me meditate on this some more so I can really comprehend and understand what it's talking about. Now it says, in verse 4 it says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. Because the Most High gives gifts for everything, for speaking, teaching, healing, edifying, protecting. The list goes on, man. Speaking in tongues, speaking different languages. Just so the word can get out even more. But all the gifts of the same Spirit, because they part of the body. They're part of the body of Hamashiach. Now it says, in verse 5, and there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. Because you got different positions. Just like how you got a business, and in order for that business to operate properly, you got different positions. You got somebody that's going to be the receptionist. You got somebody that's going to be the CEO. You're going to have some managers and shift leaders, and you're going to have some crew members. You're going to have maintenance. You're going to have all this different stuff. Now, in verse 6, it says, and there are diversities of operations, but it's the same Yahweh which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, and to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these work of that one and the self-same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one and have many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Hamashiach. So everybody have different gifts. You have people that do different stuff. Once again, just like a company. These $1 million companies and all that, they all ran a certain way. And people do what they do, whatever office they in.